Hey, it's Trisha. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I am going to be bringing you a quick and spoiler-free review for Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. So Simon vs. was the Muggle Studies Book Club pick of the month for February. The Muggle Studies Book Club is hosted by Hannah from The Rainy Reader and Gabby from Gabs About Books. I will link the Goodreads group down below so you can check it out and participate in our monthly discussions. The live show discussion for Simon is going to happen on Saturday, February 24th, and it's going to happen at 8 p.m. Pacific. No, swap that. 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central Time. So for those of you who do not know, which I'm sure most of you probably do, because this book is all over BookTube and it's super hyped, and the movie comes out next month and it's all over Twitter. You can't escape this book if you are in the book community basically at all. So Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda follows Simon, who is a 16-year-old high school student who is gay but is not openly so. Over the past several months, Simon has been corresponding with a young man who goes to his school and is using the pen name of Blue, and Blue just totally seems to get Simon, and they clicked really well over email, and so they've been corresponding on pretty much a daily basis. Then one day, one of Simon's emails is discovered by one of his classmates, Martin. Martin, armed with the information of Simon's sexual identity, begins blackmailing him. Martin wants a wingman, and if Simon doesn't play by his rules, then he is going to expose Simon's sexual identity to the entire school. So as the school year progresses, Simon is finding it more and more difficult to navigate this blackmail scenario, coming out to his family, being a supportive friend, and falling for the mysterious Blue. So to start off with, I'm going to start off with the world building on this one. This one is a contemporary, so there is not a whole lot of world building to be done. However, the book is told through first person, through Simon's point of view. Simon is hilarious. I connected with him immediately. It was so easy to get into his head and see the world through his perspective. He was so charming and so funny, and I absolutely loved the way that this was written from his perspective. Because it is a contemporary, the rest of the world building is, not really necessary, but there were some dated references in there that kind of showed when the book was written. Not a whole lot of them, not enough to really distract me from the book itself, and it didn't really detract from my rating on the book either. As for the characters on this one, like I said, Simon is a fantastic narrator. It is so easy to read the story from his perspective and to understand where he's coming from with a lot of things. I also really enjoyed a lot of the friendships that were built into this story. You felt like they had a long history together, or that they really do go to school together every single day. It wasn't just something where they just popped in occasionally, but you get to see his friends throughout the entire story. And Abby is so supportive and so sweet, and I absolutely adored her. Leah, I did find to be a little bit of annoying at times, but not in a truly unlikable way. Like, she was annoying, but I understood it, and I felt that it was very appropriate for the age at which the characters are. So I really understood where she was coming from, and all of that made her who she was. And so while I didn't particularly care for her, it made sense. It made sense for her relationships. It made sense for what we learned about her through the course of this story. So I really loved the clear distinction of Blue and Simon in their emails. So the way the story is structured is you get the regular chapters, and then interspersed you get email chapters with correspondence between Blue and Simon. And I loved that we got to see their personality as very distinctive through their emails. So I thought that that was also very well done, because we got to learn a lot about Blue and who he was as an individual throughout the course of the story. As for the plotline on this one, it was quite a simple plotline. It wasn't really in depth. There was a twist in it, that of the revelation of who Blue is, which it wasn't what I thought. And what I loved about the plot line is that it did keep you guessing all the way up until the end, with there could have been quite a few different possibilities for who Blue could have been. I thought that the plotline moved very quickly on this one. It was a short read. It only took me about a day and a half to finish. And so I really liked that on it. And I love contemporaries when they move quickly and when they have great character base on them and that you can just dive into the world. And I don't read a lot of contemporaries, so I was really surprised at how much I enjoyed this one. I did end up giving Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda 5 out of 5 stars, and I am beyond excited for the Muggle Studies book club live show so that we can discuss this book more in depth. So definitely check out the Goodreads group on that so you can participate in the discussion, and hopefully you can join us for the live show on the 24th. I am also super excited to see the movie on this one. Hannah from the Rainy Reader and we live in the same area, and we are going to go see this movie when it releases. We're going to go together to see it. So I'm so excited. All right, so that is the end of my spoiler-free review for Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I am 100% surprised that this book did live up to the hype for me. I encourage every one of you, if you have not read it, go do so now. It is a quick read. It is easy to fit into your TBR for the month because you will fly right through it, and it is entirely enjoyable the whole way through. And that way you can read it and be prepared for when the movie does release in March. Let me know in the comments down below, have you read this book? What did you think of it? Who was your favorite character? Because Simon was definitely my favorite character by far, and I'm so excited to see how the actor interprets Simon's character for the movie. Now is a perfect time, if you have not yet done so, click that little subscribe button down below if you want to see more content from me in the future. Also, if you're interested in following me elsewhere on the interwebs, I have all of my social media links in the description box down below. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!